How are you, ladies? Thank you so much for giving me a couple of minutes to talk about this fascinating, bizarre, weird project. Well, not the project, but the story.
I love
Let
your
me
poster,
start
by
by
the way.
let me start by saying that I must confess that I had no idea where this series was going, at least after the first episode. And after each episode, it captivated more and more. It captivated me more and more. It is the type of series that forces you to Google for information about the real story.
Yes.
So what was your reaction? Did you know first about the story, and what was your reaction when you first read the script? Let me start with you, Kathryn.
I did. I had heard the podcast a few years ago, and just randomly, and I was just so as was a lot of people, as were a lot of people, so taken by and just kind of flabbergasted that that could possibly have happened, and then cut to three and a half years later, and I was handed the script, and I was so drawn to Phyllis, to her like fierceness, her vulnerability, her like allowance for forgiveness after all of that time, um, and to play with Will Ferrell again on this level and this kind of like complexity. I was so thrilled to get involved.
Thank you for that. So what about you, Casey?
Yeah, I also heard the podcast. I was absolutely floored by what I was hearing. It's just so
Uh-huh.
shocking. And then to get to be a part of it and to play Paul Rudd's wife and have scenes with him and Will Ferrell, who are so incredible together, and you get to see this relationship kind of get corrupted and twisted over time. And seeing them in this light was so fascinating and cool.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's a wild ride, that
Mm-hmm.
story.
Okay, thank you for that. It is a bizarre story and fascinating. So Catherine, one question: you were previously you were with Will and Paul before, so this is a different project. How was working with them again?
Oh, amazing, especially in this context, because before we had been working in comedies, like the big swing comedies. And so to work with them in kind of like a dropped in, dropped down, kind of like emotionally um, driven character kind of chamber piece almost, like just felt really different and also so satisfying. They're just both, even though they're comic geniuses, they're both like just happen to be amazing actors. So I
Yes, they are.
really had to like step up to the plate to meet them, and it was just a total pleasure.
Thank you. So, Casey, your character, actually, both your characters are. I find it very interesting that your characters are, at least at the beginning, in a certain way, like the moral compass of the series. Each one from their perspective, of although later they take different paths. So let's not go there yet. So, what can you tell me about this aspect of your character?
I think in a way, my character, is married to the psychiatrist that I think is a god. And so in a way, I'm kind of his first like, cult member, for lack of a better kind of phrase, I think. And so it's
Mm.
interesting to see that he's sort of done this before in a way with his wife, but it's on her as well. I mean, and so, yeah, that's kind of how they start off their marriage, where she just thinks the sun rises and sets on him.
Oh, all right. My time is up. Thank you very much for giving me a couple of times to talk about this great project. And again, congratulations. Loved you in WandaVision and loved you in Gone Girl and all the projects you've done. So thank you and stay
Thank
safe.
you.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Take
Bye bye.
care.